Okay, we're here. I'm very tired. Let's do a close-up of the mugs. Cheers.
Wait.
When we cheers, then we're gonna chug.
No, I'm not chugging.
We're gonna chug.
I don't want to chug.
Just cheers.
Cheers.
Now drink. Chug. Was that an act?
What?
Did you actually drink anything just now? Because it really looked like you were drinking.
No, I didn't. I'm a professional.
Look, just keep looking alive. We've been watching these podcasts back because we're narcissists. And sometimes Mama Cash is looking a little like... it's kind of, and I'm like... She's like...
Well, I usually get up several hours before you, so...
What is that supposed to mean?
I might get tired earlier than you. Just because you sleep late doesn't mean,
I gotta say, Juliana Diver says, poor Mama Cash.
Yeah.
I gotta say, there was a spider on the sliding glass door next to where we're sitting. And I tried to kill it. Sorry. Don't come for me. But I tried to hit it. This is what I always say.
Yeah. Okay.
You want to say what I always say?
No, what she always says is when we kill a spider, she always goes, they're going to their next life, and their next life, they're all going to be lawyers. They had to spend a lifetime as a spider
Every
first.
time we do that, we take a drink.
No, I don't.
Eat it. Oh.
No. Okay, here. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. It's great.
No, so I hit it with a shoe, and I don't think I hit it hard enough, and the spider flew off. The shoe flew out on my hand. Michael, we are doing the pod right now because we call it a pod. Cheers to the pod. Cheers. Take a drink. Okay, we got to get into this. I'm holding the microphone. So I don't know where the spider is. It could be in the crevices of my chair right now. And gonna crawl up me.
You know what? I think you just need to not think about that spider.
I'm very scared. I don't like spiders. And insects play a big part in today's role of our show.
Yeah, but you know what?
Samuel said he's the fourth roommate.
I got bit by a brown recluse spider.
We're switching chairs.
I don't want to. Stop it.
Take a drink. Leah says Mama Cash faking drinking is taking me out. No. I'm genuinely scared of spiders. I'm scared of ticks. I'm scared of insects. I'm scared of butterflies. And you know what they say about butterflies?
I know what they say about butterflies.
What do they say about butterflies?
Well, I looked it up because she had an irrational fear of butterflies. Who's afraid of a butterfly? Anybody out there afraid of a butterfly?
This is just calling me out now.
So I looked it up, and it was like, I thought, well, maybe it was in a past life that she got afraid of butterflies, because back in the day, whenever there were dead bodies laying around,
as they are, dead bodies laying around.
there were back in, I don't even remember what
10 decades ago.
But anyway, it would have been more than 10 decades. It would have been 10 centuries ago or some crazy amount. But anyway.
Samuel says no, but I have a friend who is, and I've literally never heard of that from anyone else.
Yeah, no, but listen. So they, back in the day, centuries ago, they would have lots of dead bodies. I don't know what they were dead from. I can't remember. But anyway, the butterflies would feed on these bodies. And I thought, oh, she must have been alive during that time period in another life and
got eaten.
No. I thought maybe you saw somebody being eaten.
Oh, you don't think I got eaten?
I don't think you got eaten. It was probably you saw somebody getting
going to a butterfly sanctuary. Is that what they're called?
I don't know.
A terrarium.
No.
A butterfly house.
Yeah.
Is my worst nightmare.
I think they have one in Colorado, Samuel, don't they? I think they,
Mama Cash knowing your address.
No, I used to live in Colorado Springs, and I think people talked about that.
I'm so scared right now.
That butterfly sanctuary in Denver or something. Maybe
Samuel said, yes, there is. It's in Broomfield, about 45 minutes north of Denver.
There you go.
Sarah says, why are you afraid of butterflies? I've always been afraid of butterflies. There's never been a moment in my life where I've been like, I'm okay with it. I don't like things flying at me. I don't think, like, if there's a butterfly that comes towards me, I'm done.
No, but...
Maybe I've grown since then. I haven't encountered a butterfly.
No, but...
In a while.
No, here's the deal. So we have this big deck. They put this big deck on the back of this house because I don't know whatever happened to the last one, but they put big deck on the back of the house. I'm like sitting out there. She goes, not, no.
It's Wasp City out there.
No. And
absolutely not.
So then.
Hard no.
I got her, we haven't set it up yet, but it's going to be.
And that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be unboxing.
You'll put it on a, I don't know, what is it, a video or something, so you'll see what it is that she got from Amazon.
Well, just tell them.
Well, I don't know what it's called.
It's like a
little dome, screened-in
dome.
Yeah.
So I can sit outside, put my chair in it, and zip it up, so I won't get inundated with bugs.
Yeah. So you guys will see that, and then you'll know that they sell them at Amazon.
And we got some kind of coupon to where it was like $9.
Oh, yeah. What was that?
I don't even know.
I think it was on that we'd use some credit card on there or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So.
But has anybody ever gotten one of those?
Juliana Diver says, that's honestly so smart, especially for summer nights with mosquitoes. Sarah said, that's genius. Thank you. See, Mama.
There you go. We got one. So you'll be able to see what it's like. I'll go sit in your cage.
Go to your cage.
Go sit in your cage.
No, and then I'm like, how do you get back inside? Do you walk in your tent? Do you stand up walking with the tent inside?
Well, you're going to have to
What would be horrible is if you got a wasp inside the tent.
Well.
Cheers.
Here, let's bring that out. Let's say that's going to happen. I don't want to. So I don't know how that's going to work, but I'm sure there's going to be a drama involved.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So it's been raining here for like the last 4 days. Mom.
Yeah, it has.
It's been raining, right?
Yeah.
Give us a smile.
Gosh,
look alive.
All right.
I'm the director.
I'm supposed to be
I'm the director of this podcast on IMDb.
Okay, I don't see you smiling.
What do you mean? I smile.
The whole time?
I smile. What do you think? No, let's act like you. Okay, ready? 1, 2. Wait, let's both do it. Ready? 1, 2. Wait, no. 1, 2, 3.
I don't know, but when I'm talking to people, I don't smile.
Maybe that's your problem.
Okay.
You're supposed to just... Do you believe in ghosts? Oh my goodness, everyone's laughing in the comments. Julian, if you heard that chair thing, that wasn't me. That was the chair creaking.
What did you think it was?
I don't know, somebody could have thought I passed some sort of gas.
Oh, gosh.
But it was the creaking. Now that's a haunting look. That's what Samuel said. So over the rain and high winds, says Jen. We need some sunshine already.
Yeah.
Do you like the sunshine?
I like it better than I used to. I mean...
What? I thought
not
you used to like it better.
I'm a little confused here. I was like thinking about the rain. I don't like rain. I've never liked rain.
But don't you like it aesthetically?
I like it when it's gray. I like that. But whenever the rain's coming or whenever the rain's there, I don't like it because it makes my joints hurt.
Oh, yeah.
And there'll come a time, everybody, you'll have the same problem.
We want to also take a minute to talk about our sponsor for this podcast.
Yeah.
It is the Queen Bee Crown Company. And you can go to queenbeecrowncompany.com. She provided us with these lovely crowns. I'm wearing the crown Mama Cash normally wears because I thought it captured the red rum. Then the gargoyle is wearing the skull crown that I normally wear. You can go to the website, and if you see any crowns, she has tons of crowns like spooky crowns, Swifty, like a Swifty collection, anything that your little crown wanting heart would desire. You can enter discount code Presley Cash and get 10% off. Samuel said, just ordered from them! Ring the bell! Ding, 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 ding! Hey, that's cool. Hey, Kiki's here.
Kiki!
Kiki!
Did you get, I read, I think it was yesterday, that they're giving us 75 more days.
For TikTok?
For TikTok.
Leah says, the red Easter eggs.
Oh, could be.
Mama Cash doesn't even, do you know what I'm talking about? You know what the red Easter eggs are?
Yeah, I do.
You sure?
I think
You
I
know
do.
who you would sound great imitating?
Who?
The old snail in Monsters, Inc.
I haven't seen that show.
Mike Wazowski.
Huh.
Or whatever. You know Monsters, Inc. Mike Wazowski.
How many years ago did I watch it, and was it on video? And if it was on video, I was probably doing something else while you were watching it.
Is their name Mike? Is that guy or that monster's name Mike Wazowski? Or Wazowski? This is a paranormal podcast.
Yeah.
Roz? What? Excited to wear it to the next Taylor-themed dance party as part of my outfit. Oh my goodness! Did you use my code? Hopefully you used my code. Wazowski! Mike Wazowski. Do it. Go, Mike.
Mike Wazowski. Click.
Take a drink.
You're gonna end up.
Where's Buddy?
That
We also have a new merch item. Buddy's sleeping in the chair.
Well, just show it. Don't go wake him up.
I'm gonna wake him up.
Oh God.
No, I don't know. We have this new merch item. So obviously we have the mugs and the shirts. If you guys are interested in an Ozark Runner merchandise item that we have so far, the shirts or the mugs, just message me and we can get it going. But this is a shirt that we ordered for Buddy because Buddy is my cat. Buddy wears clothes. And we ordered this shirt. It just came like on April 1st.
I thought it came yesterday.
Or yesterday? No. It came a while ago. Wait, let me put this on my shirt. We're going to show it to you guys. It looks very cute. I can't do this. Okay. Buddy hasn't tried it on yet, but we're going to show the live stream first. Look at his little shirt! This is Ozark Runner Haunted with the A crossed out for hunted with Presley Cash and Mama Cash. He needs matching skeleton gloves. Oh my goodness. There's a little shirt. It's actually really nice. Here it is on the podcast. It's very cute. It's just our logo with the little leg holes. It's very cute. Everyone's like, oh, cute. Wow. OMG, OMG. Wait, my cats do need those. So.
Wait, where did the puppy thing go on this microphone?
You want the puppy thing? Mom, the puppy thing's on your chest. Mom.
It's right here.
Mom, you gotta smile.
I couldn't find it. Where's it go?
Mom.
How do I get it on?
What are you doing? It goes on the microphone.
I know, but...
Don't fuck up the audio.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Are you sure it's picking it up?
Did
I put it on there right?
Oh my goodness.
Here.
No. There.
Thanks for helping me out. These skeletons should give massages.
What?
They need to earn their place to live.
Oh my God, we should give
don't
an IMDb credit.
No, don't put my hair all in this skeleton. Oh.
No!
I do not want my hair to be in a skeleton.
Oh, okay. Buddy should come over here. Buddy. Ah! Jen, I'm gonna need a new crown.
No, you're not.
Well, that was a good experiment. They're shatterproof.
Yeah.
Use discount code Presley Cash at thequeenbeecrowncompany.com. Here's a close-up. I love this one.
They're both just
They're
awesome.
both so great. There's the crown I have on right now. The crown I have on right now, and this is a crown that fell on the floor. I wonder if the skeleton can wear it.
Oh, I doubt it.
Ooh, it's kind of wearing it. But if that hits your head, you're going to get knocked out.
I don't want to. I better smile. That's one thing.
Smile!
You get knocked out, you better smile.
Smile. Oh, your heart is breaking. Smile. There's no use in taking. I don't know what the words are. You know the whole saying, smile and the whole world smiles with you?
Yeah.
You think that's true?
Well, you'd have more people smiling in the world if you're smiling.
Really?
I think so.
So that kind of counteracts the sentiment that you said earlier today that this planet is hell. He's like, we're living in hell! This is hell! But then you're like, if you smile more, everyone will smile with you. Lauren said, I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down,
Who
but
sings
I get
that?
up again. Chumbawamba!
Oh, yeah.
You're never gonna keep me down. Pissing the night away. Pissing the night away. He drinks a whiskey drink. He drinks a vodka drink. He drinks a liner drink. He drinks a... Leah says, I agree with Mama Cash.
Okay, there you go.
Jen says, you are excellent spokesmodels for my merch. Well done, ladies. That's so sweet! Oh my god. Mom, you don't need to smile this whole time.
I don't know what I'm looking like because I can't see anything.
Cheers. Cheers it. Cheers
You're
it.
going to make me not smile. There you go. Thanks. Boop.
Take a drink. That's a... It's the time of the season.
Who sings
When
that?
love runs high.
Who sings that?
It's the time. Give
You
it
remember?
to me easy. The Zombies? I think that the time of the season when love runs high. It is. British rock band, The Zombies.
Oh, wow.
What do I win? What are you going to buy me now?
Nothing.
Why not? I won. I won the game. What's the name of the game? Okay, stop smiling. You gotta look over here mostly.
Why?
At this one. That's the camera. This is the live, this is the camera.
Oh, I see. There you go. All right.
So.
Got it.
You got it, Danny.
Yeah.
Should we dive into some of the notes?
Yeah. Let's go.
But I also want to give a shout out. I also do want to just kind of give a little shout out in the beginning, at the top of the pod. All the people, I feel like throughout my life I've been a little different. And I've danced to the beat of my own drum, and I've done things in a certain way, in a different way, in a unique way. And I keep feeling like I need to clear my throat. Hang on. Okay. And, I feel like doing things differently and being more of a unique person has given me a lot of, like, would it be called trials and tribulations? Is that wrong?
Maybe.
It's given me a lot of, like, groups of people, some groups of people in my life didn't necessarily accept me, or they would, like, accept me and, like, watch me perform or whatever from afar, but, like, not actually get to know me, or just different things like that. And and it's just kind of been a struggle a little bit. I've always loved who I am, and I've always loved being myself and expressing myself, but not everybody has always loved it with me. And ever since I found you ghouls on this side of the internet, I actually really, really feel like I'm finally being understood in a way that I feel is so special, because when I come on the lives, I felt like it was a spider on my foot. Okay, when I come on the lives and I sing my songs for you guys, and you really hear what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people could think, like, this spookiness or...
Well, no, the one thing today, she had on a Michael Jackson song, and I just kind of started listening to it, and it was like, what? I didn't know that song said those words. What was it he said?
The devil's gonna get you, or something. Like, blame it on the boogie.
Oh, that was the song, Blame It on the Boogie?
Blame it on the boogie.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And the devil's gonna get you? It's like, and in your song you said...
You can't kill me because I'm the boogeyman.
I'm the boogeyman.
But, yeah, it says, blame it on the boogie.
Anybody know that song?
That nasty boogie bugs me, but somehow it has drugged me. Spellbound rhythm gets me on my feet?
Oh.
This is like a Hocus Pocus song!
I would have never thought that.
I've changed my life completely. I've seen the light leave me, and my baby just can't take her eyes off me.
Huh.
The magic music grooves me. That dirty rhythm fools me. The devil's gotten to me through this dance. I'm full of funky fever. A fire burns inside me. Boogie's got me in a super trance.
Nobody knew that song. Did any of you guys know? I don't know when it came out. Maybe
you could do that song really spooky.
Yeah.
And it goes, it's like, my baby's always dancing, and it wouldn't be a bad thing, but I don't get no lovin'. That's no lie. We spent the night in Frisco at every kind of disco. From that night, I kissed our love goodbye.
That's crazy.
Oh my goodness, Michael Tragister's here. I love you so much, dollface. Sarah says we love you, and you're so down to earth. We adore you. But anyway, what in the world have I entered into?
I never heard, when I heard the songs on the radio all the time, I never heard those words.
Yeah, but like,
I thought it was the boogie.
Some things, and that was a Jackson 5 song. That wasn't even like Michael on his own.
My goodness, so that would have been like in the 70s.
I know.
Wow.
But, so, I feel like the response of, like, my new song, 1692, and, the articles that have been written about me after the American Idol fiasco, and the way I look, and the spookiness, and the funness of it all, and, the way the things I love, the way I want to express myself, has really been received very well by the people that love me, and understand what I'm doing. But I feel like there's just some things out there that it's like, they just take it, would it be like face value? Like they judge a book by its cover.
Well, no, it's like this. It's like, when you take an English class and you read a poem, all right? You read the poem and you go, okay, so yeah, it's a poem about a kitchen. Let's say it's a poem about a kitchen.
A poem about a kitchen?
But really, if you go back and you look at what they're saying, it's about It's about like how everything is can slowly rot if it sets in one place long enough. But they don't say that, right? And so, when you
Ash
look at...
says like the yellow wallpaper short story. I don't know what that is.
I don't know, but we'll look it up. Yellow wallpaper short story?
How short?
Is it
How short is it? Oh, no.
poem?
It's 72 pages. That's not short.
Oh, yeah. But
that's not short.
It's a book then.
What is the yellow wallpaper story about? It's a short story with elements of psychological horror that details one woman's descent into madness as a result of patriarchal constraints.
Huh.
My life. The moral of the story of the yellow wallpaper is that women should be given a say in their recovery instead of being dismissed, controlled, or infantilized.
Ooh.
What does that mean? Like they can't give birth?
Maybe.
Am I gonna look hella stupid?
No, but
infantilized. I don't know how to say that. During their recovery from their mental health. Let me look up that
word. Infantilized. Like,
they treat
like a baby.
Treat like a baby. Okay.
Yeah. I thought it was something else.
Oh, shit. I promise it's so good. I read it in 11th grade for class and I was shocked. Yeah, like, I feel like, someone could look at, and this is what pissed me off. Like, somebody that I used to know a while ago, I'm talking about another thing, commented somewhere on my social media and they were like, oh, like, my song 1692. And they were like, oh, like, I love the Vincent Price part of the song. And then they're like, I can't wait to see how it goes for, I can't wait to see how it goes for Halloween.
Oh,
and it just pisses me off because it's like, yeah, I love Halloween. I love spookiness.
What's weird is her.
No. We don't want to say that.
No, but
we don't want to expose.
No, but
we don't expose.
Is a songwriter.
We decompose.
Somebody that's close to her is a songwriter, so she should be able to see that.
It's like, no.
Songs are like poetry or like this book.
Yeah, they're not going to play like 1692 along with the Monster Mash. Unless they can.
They could.
No, but it's just like, you're not even seeing the point of 1692. Like, you're just looking at it as like, oh, it's a Halloween song.
No, but if you look back at it, like that song today, the Boogie, whatever it was like, I didn't know what?
Yeah.
That song was about that?
But it just like, it just like irks me and like rubs me the wrong way when people just look at some of the things I do and just go, oh, it's like Halloween. Or, oh, it's, I can't wait to see how it does at Halloween, how you promoted it at Halloween. It's like 1692 is like a song about like mental health and being, to the point where you don't want to, be here anymore, but you're trying to collect yourself. And then once you decide to collect yourself, it's like, it's about like, I don't know what it's about. Well, no, but it's
like an anthem.
Message.
The end of it is everybody should be going,
you can't kill me because I'm the boogeyman.
Yeah, because I want to be here to see karma come after you like a freight train.
Whoa. Cheers to that, mofo.
That would be, everybody...
Take a drink.
No, but the thing is that everybody, if you think about stuff that's happened in your life and somebody's gotten away with some, really stupid thing that they shouldn't have got away with, and you're the victim... Wouldn't you rather?
You're so tormented that they made you feel
that way.
Like, I'm done, I can't take one more step. And the song is basically reclaiming my stability or reclaiming my power and going, no, like, I want to stick this out.
And not like you're going to do anything.
It's not like the fucking Monster Mash.
You're not going to do the revenge, but you're going to watch.
Surviving is the revenge.
Yeah, surviving, and then you're going to watch them go down. That is the best thing ever. So, everybody ready? We are the boogeyman.
Well, yeah, and like in the metaphor of like you can't kill the boogeyman from the Halloween movie, like turning that into like it's all about like art, and it's like an art form. And, you know, I said today, like, you can't have the light without the darkness. And I find a lot of beauty in the darkness, and I find a lot of inspiration in the darkness, and also kookiness, like these skeletons behind us. And it's a whole art form, and it's a whole thing that I fell in love with growing up in California, in Los Angeles, and these set designers lived in this neighborhood named Toluca Lake, and they would do their houses like movie sets for Halloween. And like where I'm from is like trunk or treat, like at the church parking lot. Like it's lame as hell. But when I got to LA and I was realizing like Halloween is like this big, it's basically this big opportunity for adults to like act like children. And to like express themselves with this artwork, and it incorporates horror and whimsicalness and, you know, artistry, and there's no family thing attached to it, like Christmas or religion or anything. It's just like, let's have some pumpkins,
and candy.
Says, "You're so right, Mama Cash. Love you, Presley and Mama Cash." It's disrespectful to you to belittle your emotional art to do nothing more than a holiday song. Yeah, and so so all these experiences in my life have kind of brought me here to where, you know, I'm tapping into that spookiness and just like expressing myself. And I feel like it's with some people, it's gone, like, misunderstood, and, like, you know, they don't understand it, but, like, how lucky and thankful I am that I have found this group of people online that get it, and that, like, I feel understood. And because, like, when I literally premiered 1692, like, everybody was like, they just got it. Like, I didn't have to explain it verbatim, word for word, like, so it said, "I love Halloween." Yeah, like, this isn't a commercial jingle. Yeah, and, like, you know, there was, like, some things said to me about, like, oh, well, you know, it's too dark. Or it's, like, it's so dark, like, and the world doesn't want that right now, because it's already so dark. And I'm like, you're just acting like it's dark? You know what I mean?
Well, I think it's colorful when you bring a few pumpkins in.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to express that, you know, I'm so thankful that I have people, that understand what I'm doing. And I think that's what everybody, just at the end of the day, just wants to be understood by somebody.
That's right.
Cheers.
Yeah, everybody wants to be understood. And that's what the darkness is in the world, is that people don't understand. Wait, is that the only darkness? I don't think so, but I think that's one of the dark things, is that people don't, and they don't even bother.
Jackie said, "Presley, are you trying to tell us you love us?" Yeah. No, I love you guys, because...
No, last night she's like, "Wonder what happened to Jackie."
I know, I was like, "What happened to Jackie?"
I know, she's okay, she fell asleep. She's like, "Are you sure, Mom?
Did the boogeyman get up?" No, because it just pisses me off when someone just, like writes me off as, like, "Oh, this is a Halloween song." You're fucking stupid if you think 1692 is a Halloween song. Sorry.
Yeah.
I've been watching the Osbournes too much. I'm like, "You're fucking stupid."
No, it's like that book. It's called The Yellow Paint or something.
The Yellow Wallpaper?
The Yellow Wallpaper?
That's spooky.
I don't think they were going to be talking about just yellow wallpaper.
Well, what's crazy is when you moved to the Cozy Cottage, the first ever haunted house we lived in.
Did you talk about
at the Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri? You had the urge to.
Well, it was weird because I get, like, messages from the other side, and so I'm like, and it's always like right.
And what's the other side?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the other side is. Somebody on the other side, but
what's the other side?
I'm not sure. What is the other side?
The paranormal realm. The realm of ghosts, spirits.
What did you think I was talking about?
I just wanted to reiterate
on the other side of the hill, or
on the other side of the door.
No,
that's a Taylor song.
So, you know, this house we moved into, that was, it was a little bit dark and dreary, and somebody on the other side before I woke up told me to paint everything bright yellow.
What?
Okay. So then I told her dad, and her dad was always, whatever you want, let's go.
Yeah, so you painted the house bright yellow.
Bright yellow, except for the Aruba room. And we painted it turquoise.
And that's just telling of who we are. We had an Aruba room.
Yeah.
That's all in the book that we're gonna go into. But anyway, I just wanted to put that out there, that it's just, I feel like you understand me and we understand you, and even with this paranormal stuff that we're talking about, if you would just go, randomly on the street and try to talk to somebody about this shit, they would look at you like you were nuts.
Yeah.
And this is another thing I want to try to reiterate, and I want to make that this is also another point of why we're doing the podcast, is to help people around the world that are listening, or just to help people in general know, this is, just because I feel sad for people that are oh, I'm seeing ghosts, or, I'm hearing a voice or whatever, and it's actually the paranormal, and they're being told that they're mentally ill. And they're being told that that's not real. And they're being told they're going crazy. And the knowledge that my mom and I know from living in these haunted houses is that this is real. This is not and we can debate on what it is, who's over there, what's going on. But I know that there is a life after this. And there is a life going on probably in this house as we speak. That's not us. Correct?
Something like that. Yeah.
There's something going on. The things that we have experienced in our lives, there's not, and it's not necessarily, evil, and it's not necessarily good. Just like in the real world, there's good people and there's evil people. And
there's just people.
And there's just people. People are people, so what should it be? You and I should get along so awfully. I think that's what it is. I don't know. Can I tell you about my dreams with the Hat Man that had predicted future events one time, please? Absolutely not. No, I'm kidding. Molietta says, are you local to Lake of the Ozarks? I swear I heard that somewhere. Ghosts are 100% real. We're from the Lake of the Ozarks.
Yeah.
We're in there, in there right now.
We're at the Lake of the Ozarks right now.
We are. Is that where we are?
Yeah.
The most haunted place in America.
I believe it is.
I think it is. We're turning this into the new Salem.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this podcast is based off my 4-part book series called Ozark Runner. Are you smiling? Ding! Ozark Runner. Oh, you're at the Lake of the Ozarks too? Hell yeah. And it's on the Amazon Kindle store as an ebook now, about the first ever haunted house I lived in at the Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri. And we've been on here for 38 minutes. Should we talk about some of our notes?
I don't care.
Because I don't really want to go into the chapter right now, right?
Okay.
I don't know. This is all seeming kind of crazy to talk about now. But do you want to talk about the aliens? I think that's kind of cool. Oh my god. Let's just take a nap. Do you want to talk about the aliens? Oh, it says, Molietta says they flooded multiple towns to make the lake, so I know the lake is haunted. Yeah. Exactly. Sarah says, if my oldest didn't see the Grim Reaper, no one would believe me when I say things happened.
Oh, yeah. When we were doing the last time.
Yeah, wait, Sarah, did your oldest see the Grim Reaper? Ash says, I've also been abducted by aliens. I got you with the lore, bro. Well, that's just crazy. No, I'm just joking.
What'd they do with
What'd they do?
What'd they do with you if you were abducted?
I want to get abducted by aliens.
Fuck off.
What?
You do not want to get abducted
I do. I do. Take me.
Oh, just knock it off.
They're
probably listening right now.
I hope so.
And they're gonna...
I hope so. Dude, I'm telling you, I can't find another logical explanation to this day. That's what Ash says. Well, why don't you go ahead, since we opened this can of worms. Wait, Sarah says, my first husband was really sick for a long time, and just before he passed, he saw the Grim Reaper. Was that James? Was that James?
God.
Molly said, I thought I saw a UFO once, but it was just Musk's satellites. Sarah said yes. So that was James.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. Yeah, like, I feel like the show Supernatural is actually, like, such a great show of, like, what I think could be happening, because they have, like, angels and demons and angels doing things that aren't necessarily, like, angelic things, but it's like, it's a war over there. It's like, I really think that show, there's a reason that was, like, the longest running show.
Well, the thing is it is a war over there, just like it's a war over here.
Hallelujah.
There you go.
Cheers.
Click.
Cheers.
Like, it's a war.
Take a drink.
I don't want to.
Oh, just act like it. Ooh. Jen says, every time you mention flooding the towns for the lake, it makes me think of that movie, In Dreams. Didn't we watch In Dreams? I don't know about the flooding. Sarah said, I'm loving the cheers. Mama Cash just needs to keep up with it, or she's not getting paid this week.
Oh, gosh.
You're supposed to go, we get paid?
I was looking at what? We get paid? We get paid in what?
Love.
There you go.
Sarah said, pretend, Mama Cash.
Yeah.
There they are now. They're coming for me. Did you hear that? So tell the UFO story.
Well, this is really weird. I haven't told this story before on here.
No, this is our 3rd episode.
Okay.
And it's going to be called Sleeping with an Alien.
I'm telling that part.
That's the time.
Okay.
Cheers to that, mofo!
No, so...
You're so hypnotizing.
Back 100 years ago, I was over at my dad's.
Jackie said, wait, what?
I know, wait, what?
Whoa.
I was over at my dad's. I was pregnant with her brother, the one that died.
Oh, I was like, my brother.
Yeah, the one that died. And,
oh my goodness, Mollyetta says, Presley, come eat at Jolly Rogers this summer. I'd love to meet you. Where is Jolly Rogers? Is that like...
I think that's over on the Strip.
Is that in Margaritaville?
Is that over by the Strip?
The Strip is a crazy place.
Answer the question.
Jessica's, OMG, Presley, LOL, you make me laugh. North side of the lake? On the north side.
Over by the Strip, right? Isn't it on the Strip by the dam?
We're all going to go there toward the Strip. That's what Mollyetta said. Do you work there? This is being recorded, so you could be having a lot of fans come out to Jolly Rogers. Can we get a sponsorship from Jolly Rogers? If you listen to our podcast,
is that a restaurant?
You get 10% off.
Is Jolly Rogers a restaurant?
Mollyetta said, yeah, it's in Gravois. And yes, I sure do.
Oh, it's in
cool.
Gravois? Yeah, that's too far away.
It's in Gravois? But how is it by Gravois towards the Strip?
It wouldn't be.
Do we even live here? We don't know
it's
shit.
It's not over by... I thought they had one over by the Strip. Gravois is just like way too far away.
Hey, if we want to make a get-together, I'll make a vacation trip. That's what Sarah says. Well, there could be something soon.
Maybe.
There could be something that if people would like to come see me.
Maybe.
That could happen soon.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
anyway, sleeping with the alien.
No, I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about my brother at that... He was like 13.
Everyone's like, what?
My brother was like 13 years old. He comes running in the house. He had been riding his bike around. He comes running in the house and he goes, there is a UFO out there
for those
in the sky.
Who are Gen Z, what's a bike?
So...
Hey.
What? Oh, I was looking in the wrong one. So we all went out, my mom, my stepmom, my dad, and me. and then my brother, we got in the car and we started following this UFO that was moving very slowly. It was as big as a football field, maybe bigger. Huge, gigantic, had lights going around it, just like the kind of stuff you see on TV, which was like, now you see it, but it was like, this is nuts. So we go to...
This is nuts!
This is nuts, because we'd never seen anything like that. We go over on this hillside, and we parked on the top of this hill.
So you were following the UFO?
Yeah.
You were like a UFO chaser?
I guess.
How big did it look big when you were chasing it?
Huge, gigantic. Huge, gigantic.
And you were chasing it in your car?
My dad was driving. We were chasing it in my dad's car. I was sitting in there. And
were you in the front seat or the back seat?
I was probably in the back seat because Jenny was there.
And did you have the windows down?
I don't know.
What song was playing on the radio?
I'd be quiet.
Was it?
So anyway, no.
Home,
so we get to this. We get to this. This hillside. We're standing
There's a comment.
there.
Mama Cash doesn't storm chase. She alien chases.
Yeah. There you go.
Cheers to that.
How about that? You could start a whole new thing.
That's the show.
Alien Chaser.
Alien Chaser.
Yeah.
Sleeping.
So we're standing.
Instead of sleeping with the enemy, sleeping with the alien.
We're standing on the side of this hill, looking at this big, huge, gigantic thing in the sky.
An unidentified flying object.
And we are just like in shock and paralyzed in shock.
I'm not paralyzed.
And all of a sudden, snap of the finger,
it disappears.
It disappears. Now, we're like all like, what? And,
what?
And we get in the car and we go back to my dad's house. And my dad, we go in the house and my dad goes, well, I wonder, this is back way before, very few people had HBO, but my dad thought he needed HBO. And, back in the Stone Ages, and he's like, well, I wonder what's on HBO. I'm like, Dad, we just saw a spaceship.
But okay.
You don't want to talk about it.
What was your knowledge of UFOs and spaceships and aliens before that?
I really didn't have any knowledge. I guess I had seen a picture somewhere.
Of a UFO?
Of what a UFO looked like. I guess I'd seen that.
Jen says, Mama has so many badass qualities. Now we know where Presley gets it from. Oh my goodness. But no, like, so how'd you know it was like aliens or a UFO?
I'd never seen anything like that in my life.
Say it with a southern accent.
I've never seen anything like that in my life. And I've never seen anything like that since. So
tonight's the night. Tonight's the night.
I'm not going to be looking outside.
They might come in.
Stop it.
Oh no.
But anyway, so and then the
Maul said, I'm back and I'm officially getting paid to watch you.
Oh, there you go. That's a awesome deal.
And remember, watch when you're on the clock. Go to the bathroom when you're on the clock. And watch us when you're on the clock. Anyway.
So it was weird, and then
no, but what you think happened from that?
Well,
so you didn't really have a lot of paranormal experiences before that.
I didn't have any,
except the psychic premonition of your Aunt Myrtle's death.
Well, that had nothing to do with. I thought you meant spaceships.
Well, let's try to keep it together.
I thought you meant.
Let's try to keep it focused.
Okay.
Give me a smile.
No, I'd never had any experiences with UFOs. I'd never known anyone that had experiences with UFOs. Now,
wouldn't that be crazy if you were actually abducted and they switched you out for a different version of you, and that's who my mom is, and my real mom is somewhere in a spaceship right now?
What? That was a long time ago.
Yeah, what if they switched you out and you're just like...
I'm still your mom.
Yeah, but you're the alien version of my mom.
That's why I'm so smart. Okay.
So you didn't really have a lot of paranormal experiences and stuff.
No, I'm not talking. Oh, yeah.
And you believe...
No.
Maybe. That seeing this UFO...
Well, it wasn't just me. It was like my dad, my stepmom, and my brother and I. And then I was pregnant with Ben, gonna have him in a few days.
A few days? You had him a few days after you saw the UFO?
Yes!
He was an alien?
No, where have you been? How many times have I told that story to you?
I block you out.
Anyway, so we all had experiences with the paranormal.
After you guys saw the UFO.
After we saw the UFO.
And my mom's...
It wasn't immediate.
Yeah. My mom's brother became, like, very obsessed with UFOs. And,
yeah, he became
and
very
aliens
obsessed.
And paranormal. And he's a musician. And he's kind of incorporated that spookiness into his music.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I would listen to his music when I was, like, a kid and be like, this is scaring the shit out of me. Please do not play this. But now I would probably love it. But he, like, got this obsession with aliens and what does it all mean? And I think it's pretty weird that, like, you know, my brother Ben was a musician and was into this, like, spooky stuff because that's the kind of stuff he experienced. And my uncle was the same, and I'm kind of the same. It was kind of like we were all zapped with, like, this spooky stick.
Zapped with the spooky stick.
That's the title. Zapped with a spooky stick?
Yeah,
or sleeping with the alien?
Yeah, no,
which one?
I don't know.
No, but, so you kind of, one of your beliefs or thought processes is that you think that seeing that UFO could have opened up this paranormal portal.
Maybe.
And then it got passed down to all of us, and you unlocked this ability to see and hear and feel things not of this world.
Yeah.
Cheers.
No.
Cheers. Mom, cheers. Don't break these mugs.
Quit telling me to cheers. I've done it like 20 times.
Who's gonna cheers us if we don't cheers ourselves? Nobody.
Yeah. That's okay.
But... do you want to say the
Well, no, this
thing
okay,
all
right. So,
Mama Cash doesn't want to say this. But
no, because it's nuts.
I'm thinking
this is where somebody could say you're nuts. And then
they will. Like, and we're going to get more famous from it.
There you go.
It's going to be on the headlines tomorrow. Mama Cash claims.
Well, it was weird. It was not too long after...
After this next story, I'm going to need you to sing it.
No. It's not
too long.
I don't
Mom,
want
you look
to.
like you hate me. Give me a smile.
When we start bossing you around?
You do. This is the only time I get to boss you around. She bosses me around 24/7.
And unfortunately, she never listens.
She goes, Mollyetta says, we are all nuts, Mama.
Yeah.
She goes, you're going to need to start making lists. You need to make lists. You need to get your life together. Wah, wah, wah.
She doesn't make lists.
My first thing on the list, don't make a list.
Yeah, well.
Don't make a list.
Here's some 411 about our life. Is that...
Or the other day when you were talking to that one person, you said, I'm going to give you the 911.
The 911. No, said, about our life is like, because of the way she operates, which drives me nuts, the kitchen, I get one side of the kitchen, she gets the other side of the kitchen. And then that way, when she doesn't ever do anything that needs to be done, that's her side of the kitchen.
What does that mean? Like clean?
Yeah.
Just because I have tons of salt on my side of the kitchen?
And cups and paper towels and, yeah. There you go.
We have our own separate ice makers.
Yes, we do.
Today, you stuck your fingers in my ice maker.
Oh, I was going to turn it off. Maybe the other side turned it off. I haven't heard it at all when we...
your fingers in my ice maker. What was the reason?
I was going to take the basket out and put it in the refrigerator. But instead
you felt up my ice?
The ice was coming down and it was stuck. And so I went like this to put it down in there.
And what I do?
Throw a fit?
How'd I do it?
Oh my God! Oh, don't touch my ice!
I wouldn't even touch my ice with my bare hands. I would never do that. You don't know me very well if you thought you could put your fingers in my eyes.
Remember going to the
don't get too
carnival? Don't ever go out to eat.
I don't.
Don't ever get...
No, I went to a carnival once. And I had an obsession with carnies for a while. I don't know if that's a bad term now, but like carnies are people that work for the circus.
Why? What kind of obsession?
I just loved, I think, you know what my niece said? She told me, she's like, I think you said you wanted to be a carny. She's like, I think you were like, oh, I love carnies so much. But I don't know, I just had an obsession with like the circus culture in carnies. If this is an offensive term, I'm so sorry, but it's people that work for the carnival that travel with the circus.
Okay.
But they kind of scare me sometimes because they're kind of like joking around with you a little bit and they kind of act like, am I going to let you out of the ride? Am I going to keep you in this ride forever?
Uh-huh.
But somebody working at the carnival, I ordered a lemonade shake-up and they put the ice in their bare hands, put it in my cup, put the lemonade in it, shook it, gave it to me. And at that point, I was more of a people pleaser. And like somebody had bought that lemonade shake-up for me, and I didn't want to look like I was a brat. I drank it. And this man's hands were dirty as fuck. They had dirt on them. And that's what's wrong with me. He put his bare, dirty hands
Is that the day
in the ice.
Is that the day whenever you went, I'm afraid of germs?
No, I would have demanded a new one immediately. He would have spit in it. No, you know what? And I drank it. Nothing happened to me, I guess.
There you go.
But
you could have gotten hepatitis A from that.
Maul said I would have thrown up. Like, write a song about it. His dirty hands in my lemonade shaker. His dirty in my lemonade. His dirty hands.
Okay.
Oh, that's just like a Bruce Springsteen song.
Yeah.
Dirty hands in my lemonade shaker. Dirty hands.
And you're on Broadway. You're on Broadway. You're doing like a Bruce Springsteen thing, and there's a whole bit about
dirty hands.
The carny.
When you join the circus, you gotta get them dirty hands.
Okay,
your hands get dirty. Lauren said Bruce was hot.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna change.
Why were we talking?
I'm gonna change the subject. I'm gonna change the subject.
Why were we talking about that?
The ice maker. We're gonna change the subject to get her off of the ruminating. Hey,
dirty hands.
Okay,
that sounds like a Meatloaf song. His hands were dirty, and he stuck them down in the ice, and they put the ice in the cup and shook it up.
Okay, so here, I'm changing the subject.
And he looked at my lips and said, you better drink it, girl.
I'm changing the subject, and when I change the subject, she's gonna flip out of that chair.
What? Are you gonna expose me? We don't expose, we decompose.
I'm not exposing you.
How am I going to flip out of the chair?
I'm going to talk about...
Dirty hands.
I'm going to talk...
Ash said, is this a fever dream? Dirty hands.
I'm going to talk about...
Wait, and then there's an emotional breakdown in the song?
Okay, that's it. I'm talking about something else that might have a little bit of...
dirty hands.
Okay, there is a show on Max right now. I win. I knew you.
Let me flip out of my chair.
Anybody got Max? What's the show?
Dirty Hands.
It's called, what's it called?
Chimp Crazy.
Chimp Crazy. All right, in that show, this crazy lady that's probably going to go to prison.
Hey, do we want to piss her off? Because we might want to do.
You know what? I don't care.
Go there and film.
She's not watching this. Anyway.
No one is.
Yeah, no, she's not watching this.
We got 15.4 thousand likes right now.
Okay, great.
There's Buddy. Come here, let me change your clothes.
So this lady, she's a crazy chimp lady. This house that she's living in right now at the Lake of the Ozarks, we lived in for like 4 years, and we named it the Hell House because it's so haunted.
I literally grew up there. Like, this was between the ages of like
16 and 17, 18, 19.
20. I'm going to say
I don't know.
21.
Anyway, you could see.
Which is crazy because I'm 22 right now.
No, the crazy part is that it was haunted as hell, and you guys could see it on Max if you watched that show. And I think there's 4 episodes.
We're on episode. I think we've watched 2 episodes. But
yeah, that's kind of weird to see a house that you lived in.
I did, Lori. Lori said, "Did you just spit that in your cup and drink it again?"
Oh, okay.
Dirt hands. You know what? I felt like I had something in my mouth, but then I spit it out to realize I didn't, and then I drank it.
I don't care.
Dirt hands. But yeah, what were you talking about? This crazy lady for?
I was talking about how there was so much paranormal that went on in this house.
But what's crazy is this lady. This is a whole loaded story. She was hiding, like after PETA was like, "Yo, we need to take your chimps from you because you are keeping these chimps in cages."
She's got them turned. Hey, the girl in Gravois would know.
Yeah, she runs a safari out of our old house. You can literally go visit it. We might do that for the podcast.
Maybe.
Be like, I used to live here.
I don't want to touch any of those animals.
No, but she was hiding a superstar chimpanzee named Tonka.
That had been in what shows?
A movie called Buddy, all these different movies. She was hiding. The PETA got the rest of the monkeys, and they were like, but there was one missing. She smuggled this chimp where we all used to live, and she hid the chimp in her basement.
But not only did she hide him in her basement, she's on this documentary thing
saying he died.
Saying he's dead.
And then she goes, hopefully they don't find him. And then they literally go down our stairs into our basement. And there's a monkey down there.
And she built a cage.
Yeah. Lori said, is that your mom? Actually, I don't know who the fuck this is.
I'm a spirit. Yes, I'm her mom.
No, but we kind of want to do a special sometime about that house.
Yeah.
I kind of want to do that.
Okay.
You know, but
anyway,
if we do go there, we have to go before she goes to prison.
Yeah.
We'll buy the house back.
No, I think she's probably going to go to prison. Oh no, they said June.
No, but right? You know what? It's the Sunrise Beach Safari. That's literally where I lived, and that's where I wrote a lot of my songs. That's like the Presley Cash tour. You get to hold a sloth and see my room.
Well, I don't know if they're letting people go through the house, but
Lori says, do y'all travel to haunted places? No, we just move into these places and they're haunted as fuck.
Yeah, no, that's why we crossed out the A. It's hunted. We don't have to, no matter where we go.
Cheers.
No matter where we go, I don't know if they're trying to, get help, or I'm not sure what they're doing, but wherever we go, there's always something that goes on. Even when we went to England.
Yeah, when I went to England to film I Can See You, there was some paranormal things that happened. One night, we were at this one hotel, and it's, crazy security on a locked floor. Like, I never felt safer in my life. And we're in our room, and the fire alarm goes off in the middle of the night. And there's burly security men on each side of this floor, making sure nobody gets in. And it was very secure. It was very serious. And the next day we're talking to one of them, and we're like, yeah, what was that fire alarm last night?
And didn't the lights start blinking?
Yeah, the lights started blinking in our hotel room.
Yeah.
And he was like, I didn't hear it.
Yeah,
and we're like,
weird.
What? He's like, yeah, I didn't hear it. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, no. So we don't have to search for anything. They find us.
So did you want to talk about the alien?
Well, it was really...
Don't feel pressure into doing it. If you don't want to do it...
Click the clink, clunk, drink,
Mom.
Stand up, do a dance, turn around, don't feel pressured.
Mom, if you... We need to exercise healthy communication.
Okay.
So tell the fucking story. No. If you don't want to tell it, you don't have to tell it. Because I know you feel a lot of...
I'll tell it later.
Okay. Great.
I'll tell it later.
You don't want to tell it?
Not right now. I've told enough about aliens. But, anyway, so it's...
That's so stupid. There's Buddy. Buddy, do you want to try on your merch? Should I have him try to try on his merch?
If you want to.
Wait. He's right here. You guys can message me if you would like a piece of this pie. Dirty hands on my lemons. On my lemonade. Jacob. Hey, Buddy. Come here. Here's Buddy. He's in his little ghost shirt now. Buddy. Oh. You want the mic? No. We're going to change your shirt. Here, wait.
What are we doing?
Hang on.
Cold. I don't want to...
We're going to put on your new podcast shirt. Hang on. Okay. Buddy goes, I'm naked. I don't want to be naked on camera.
Okay.
Look, he's so... Look at him. Okay, buddy. We're going to put on your new shirt. Buddy, it's going to be fun. Oh my goodness, this is... Buddy, you're looking fly.
What size is it?
I think it's a medium. Small/medium. Ooh, whoa! Buddy, you look so cute! Wait, here, look. This is the merch. Look!
Yeah.
You look so handsome. We're matching now. We're matching. Yes! Slay! Slay! You could get that for cats or dogs. Or probably iguanas. You know? We can do it all. Look, say hi. He loves it. Oh, he loves it. We should enter, like, mother-son pageants. I want to get a chimp.
Not getting a chimp.
Buddy goes, I want you to get a chimp. Bring one for the chimps. Yeah, it'll be like a peace offering to the chimp crazy lady. We wanted to bring you some merchandise for the chimps. You could paint me some shells.
Like Tums now.
What? Okay, so I got stuff flying off my shelves and lights coming back on after turning them off. All that shit, says Lori. That's nothing. No, I'm kidding. That is crazy.
No, that is crazy. Is it like one shelf and everything is falling out of it? Or just one
That happened
thing?
in the Hell House, which is the house from the Chimp Crazy documentary. You go ahead and tell it.
Well, a cabinet door flew open.
I love that story.
Yeah. Like, there's 2 cabinet doors, and they flew open, and it was all these glasses in there, and they all came flying out, and just glass everywhere. And it was just like, well, then there you go. What are we going to do about that? Start cleaning up glass.
But yeah, but like, I feel like we're so used to paranormal. Can you please get the Tums off the table, please? This is not being sponsored by Equate, the generic version of Tums.
Sorry.
No, but I feel like we've just had so much paranormal things happen to us that at this point, it's just kind of like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It has to be pretty crazy for us to freak out.
Get going.
Yeah. Lori said, not the Tums.
Yeah, really.
I love a good Tums. I only want to have assorted berry because I don't like the ones that have tons of pictures of fruit on it. Because I don't like I don't want a picture of bananas on my Tums. Because that scares me. Because, there's banana allergies in my family. And I'm scared of bananas, so I don't want different pictures of fruits. I want the assorted berry Tums. Even though I know there's no actual fruit in Tums.
May include bananas.
Definitely would love to see a live stream where y'all go and tell stories in a cemetery.
Oh, God.
We got a great story about a cemetery, but we don't want to say it right now, I guess. We gotta continue this podcast every weekend for the rest of the year.
Okay, we're gonna start reading the book.
So we're gonna start reading a chapter of the book. It's gonna be read to us from my voice. And it's the second chapter of the book, entitled The Fly, which I titled it The Fly. Jackie said, Grim Reaper, demons, no problem. Bananas, butterflies, nope. Mal said, normal people, afraid of the dark, heights, snakes. Presley, afraid of bananas and butterflies. Hey man, that's just me. You know, that's just me. Do you like me?
Yeah, I guess don't go to Hawaii.
Why?
They probably have lots of bananas and butterflies.
So stupid. Okay, so I lovingly titled this chapter The Fly after the iconic Jeff Goldblum movie The Fly. You haven't seen it, but it's a great movie. I love Jeff Goldblum. We stan Jeff Goldblum. Hopefully when we get Ozark Runner as a TV series, he's in it as the paint mixer.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. But we're going to be listening to Chapter 2, The Fly. And if we want to stop and talk about something, we'll just pause it and chime in again. And chime in.
Okay, yeah, chime in.
Mom.
I'm listening.
Do you think that this has been fun so far?
Yeah, except for you bossing me around. Don't boss me around.
Mom, don't play the victim. You boss me around so many times. All day. All day you boss me around.
Okay. Okay, let's go. Hey, there you go. Click. There you go.
Okay. And this is... Hang on. The Fly. The Fly. Ooh, that was good. As the days went by, we finally started to acquire a routine. A new normal. This was our new home. To some, it might have felt like a movie filmed in Hollywood about second chances and new beginnings that make you want to gut out your entire life and move to a different part of the world, or at least a different part of town. In this case, the quiet side of town. Trying to acclimate to our new normal in reality was almost impossible, though. This wasn't Hollywood. Leah said, cheers before you start. And then Sarah said she was freaking out when she got to this point when she was reading the book. This was the Ozarks, and we were in charge of writing the script. Or so we thought. My dad treated the yard and the dog due to the tick infestation. And it seemed to work. Boxes were still getting unloaded, and furniture and knickknacks were put in their chosen places. The places things would sit and collect dust while watching our family live day to day. We are a family with a big knickknack addiction. A compulsion to collect runs deep in our blood. But we had quite a collection of everything under the sun, moon, and stars. Depending on the season, would depend on what knickknacks were displayed. We had boxes of choices, and sometimes we would just leave things out that weren't meant for the season in the present moment. It wouldn't be out of the ordinary to find a Valentine's Day fabric box made of crushed velvet and sequins in the middle of the summer on a hallway table. Some objects will let you know they don't want to be packed away again. You just have to observe and listen. I always knew when my mom was trying to change the energy, as she would say. Out the boxes would come, and it was all new things to look at on tabletops and in corners. It was her thing that made things interesting, to say the least. She would say, if things are always the same, you don't see them anymore. She was right, because when she would work her magic, it was like we were living in a different world. I love that about her. In this cozy little cottage, she almost took on the identity that the cottage wanted for her, a magical fairy woman with pixie dust to spare. My dad, the Mad Hatter, would fixate on the project of the moment. What did that make me? I was a mix between the two, wonder and all. I don't know, but it made me who I am, a recipe for chaos and passions alike. I had a corner just for my toys in the living room of the cozy cottage. My pretend kitchen was very real to me. I had my Little Tykes playhouse that Scruffy and I used to play in for hours. I also had my Barbie car parked in front of my pad. When I wanted to take it outside for a spin, my parents would bring it out for me. I would be following along behind them in sort of a conga line, and out the door, we went into the big... My origins of getaway car driving. Lush yard for us all to explore and let our imagination run wild. I had my baby dolls and Barbie dolls I could play with. I used to always get the collectible holiday Barbies every year at Christmas. My mom and dad made it known that these holiday Barbies were collector's items. I could look at them, but I couldn't touch or open them. I have a big collection of Barbie dolls that have never been touched. They sat on bookshelves in the living room overlooking our lives. Boy, if those dolls could talk. But I have quite the collection, so I can't complain. Looking at that now, it was such a smart, sentimental thing to do. Michael said I'm taking notes on a rock now, because he's camping.
Oh. Oh.
My dad was talking about getting me a swing set once the weather cooled down. How magical a swing set is. I mean, think about it. I wouldn't have to go to a carnival, amusement park, circus, city, or local park to be transported into the skies. It would be in my own yard, and I would be in charge of just how high I could go. Maybe that's a metaphor for being taught as a child that you really are in charge of just how far you go. The idea drilled into us from youth. You can stop whenever you want, or you can go so high that you just fling yourself off and jump into the sky and down onto the ground. For that moment in the air, on a shimmering, silky day, you feel like you can fly with the best of them. Birds, butterflies, bugs, and spirits. One day we went to Walmart and we decided that I would pick out one so I could fly. The swing set of my dreams was sitting in a box, willing and ready to be my propellant, and we put it on layaway. I couldn't wait to finally get it home. I couldn't wait to fly. That fall, I was going to start preschool, and my parents said once I did, they would pick it up, put it together, and set it in the yard. A reward of sorts. I was over the moon. I wondered if it was possible to touch the moon with the tip of my toes while I was swinging higher and higher. Only time would tell. My mom and I made the event even more joyous and colorful in true mama fashion. We went to Dollar General and bought a poster board to make a countdown calendar. We got paints, glitter, markers, and whatever decorative pieces my heart desired. We dumped... Mal said, ugh, I love the way you write. That's so sweet. Thank you so much.
Cool.
Dumped out the sacks of arts and craft supplies onto the table, outside, and got to work. I poured all my joy and excitement out onto that neon poster board with 90s music blaring throughout the majestic yard. Every day I would mark off a day as one step closer to getting my swing set. It felt like a dream. Scruffy and I had so much fun running around and playing fetch in that yard. It was a lot more fun than being on a deck overlooking a deadly cliff. That was the reason we moved to the cozy cottage in the first place. My dad thought I needed space and a yard to grow and play and be a kid. My mom was on the fence, but my dad could talk anyone into anything, especially my mom under his love spell. When they first looked at the cozy cottage, it made her nauseous. Coming from the resort lifestyle that they had worked their way up to, crawling on their bellies through mud and barbed wire. But with my dad and his naive charm, they decided to embark on this adventure with this fixer-upper, with the belief that anything could be made good if you decided it would be. TLC, beauty, magic, knickknacks, music, food, coffee, blankets, pillows, paint, candles, and love. We embarked on this journey with hope and positivity. There was a little hill in the yard where my mom and I would have tea parties. We called it the Tea Party Hill. Even though it was more like soda and cookie parties than tea parties because, after all, we were in the Ozarks. I've since driven by the cozy cottage, and the hill is so much smaller than what I remember, but to my little eyes it was huge. We see what we want to see sometimes, and other times we see things we don't want to see. At one of our tea parties on Tea Party Hill, my eyes wandered over to the start of the woods, and I saw something that was red and white twisted inside the weeds on the ground. Having basically Santa Claus as my dad, I knew the moment I saw it that it looked like a big candy cane. I got up and ran to it, digging through dirt and wood. There. You want to talk about the time you called Santa on me?
Oh, you were such a bad kid, going around to every Christmas tree that we had up, taking candy canes off.
And eating them.
And
you called Santa.
And I called Santa. I was like, that's it. I called Santa. Hello, Santa? Yes. She's eating candy canes. And he was like...
And I ran into my room.
Yeah.
I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, oh no, I'm not going to get my marbles!
Yeah.
Because for some reason, I think this house was like wanting me to get marbles. Because I don't even know how I knew what the fuck marbles were.
Yeah, and I can't even...
I know, Mall says, but candy canes are candy. How traumatizing is that? This is therapy.
But you know what? She didn't need to eat all that candy.
Santa.
Yep.
Because I ate a candy cane.
Well, you know.
And you were like, were you eating candy canes off that tree? And I was like, ah.
That's okay.
And you called? Oh, I keep wanting to say you called the cops. You called Santa.
And Santa said, I will take care of that problem.
I got my marbles.
You didn't need any more candy canes. Right?
I still can't look at a candy cane the same way today. No, but then I found that candy cane in the forest.
Yeah.
But it wasn't real.
It wasn't a real candy cane.
It wasn't a real candy cane.
Yeah.
Do you regret calling Santa on me that day?
No, I don't. It worked. You weren't stealing candy off the trees anymore. It worked. I never ate a badass of a mom.
I never ate a candy cane since.
Really? Wow, that's crazy. It really worked.
No, I did. I think Santa forgot where I live.
And that's okay.
He's never forgiven me for the candy cane thing. Anyway, Michael said, "Get it, Mama Cash." What?
The badass mom.
A badass mother who don't take no shit off of nobody.
I'm gonna call Santa.
Yeah. I can't even imagine traumatizing my children that way. Calling Santa because I ate a candy cane.
Just a mean old mom. You're gonna end up in not rehabilitation. You're gonna end up in counseling over me calling Santa.
But that was the only time you ever called Santa. So was that the worst thing I ever did? Was eat a candy cane? I'm in business. Cheers. Mama's not doing the cheers anymore.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Keep going.
That's it.
No, it's not over.
I thought you meant for me to keep going.
At the edge of the forest was a big plastic Christmas decoration. A candy cane almost as tall as me. I was in heaven. Or the North Pole. Maybe it was from the previous owners, or maybe during a storm it blew from another house to ours, through the woods and surviving the elements, blowing in the wind, coming unhooked off a tree in someone's yard. It didn't have a stake attached to it, so it couldn't have come out of the ground and hopped over to me. But however it got there, it was mine now. I remember being out in the yard and going from tree to tree, acting like I was talking to characters from Candyland, asking them questions and making plans, holding my tall peppermint cane that I wished was made of real candy. Sometimes when I would play Candyland with my dad, I would shuffle the cards in my favor, putting Princess Lolly at the top. And of course, I went first. I feel so guilty. Sorry, Dad. My secret is out. My mom woke up earlier than... No, honestly, I had such an obsession with Candyland. We talk about that a lot in the book, and like Candyland was just like the classic board game I loved, and I think I talk about it in the book, like I loved everything about it. I loved the board, the pieces, the imagery of it, and that's been a big thing in our life. The Candyland
aesthetic.
You've always said, like, we're heading to Candyland.
We're heading to Candyland.
Just in our life.
In our life. And, you know, when we went to...
Someone says, Yoon Jin, says, Mama Cash, I love you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my goodness.
No, so when we went to California, and there was a lot of drama that goes on in that industry.
Say the drama for your mama.
And I told her, I said, and anybody that's seen the Hollywood complex you can see how the kitchen started and everything started to, you know, be different, more different, and anyway. And well, you can if you watch that documentary. It's on Amazon.
Michael, that's another thing you need to do a report on.
Yeah, no. So the thing is that I said, I don't care what's going on out there. We are going to be happy in here.
Are we happy?
We're happy.
No, but like, aw. Someone says, Presley, I just need to tell you, Grim Reaper has been on a loop ever since it's released.
Oh, wow.
Bada bing, you lose! It's stuck in my head.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. Thank you so, so much. But yeah, Candyland is always, you know, I literally vividly remember that as a kid, like going from tree to tree, holding this big candy cane, like believing I was like talking to these characters of Candyland. Like, it was just a big, you know, and I think I talk about in the book how I literally got the Candyland DVD game. Like, it was crazy. I've always wanted to, like, get a whole bunch of board games from, like, my era of Candyland, or maybe different eras, but I love the design of my era the best, and, like, do, like, a table of them, and then, like, put, like, a glass thing over it. I just gotta not stand on it. Don't stand on glass tables, folks. That's another story for another day. But yeah, so Candyland has played a big role in our life. Did they have Candyland when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Did you play it?
I think I did a few times, yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I didn't know they had board games when you were a kid.
Yeah, they did.
I'm kidding.
I think that's when they came out with the Ouija boards.
Ooh.
What's the name of that company?
Hasbro.
Hasbro.
Yeah, you played a Ouija board.
Yeah, I did. The girl across the street from me got a Ouija board, and, you know, we didn't know anything about it. We thought it was a game. But, you know, and it could very well be still just a game. And somebody decided...
We gotta get one.
No. Somebody decided they were gonna, you know, make this up of what it is. So they thought, well, we'll sell a lot of these Ouija boards then.
Well, I think it's crazy that, like, you have to be, like, 18 to play the lottery, 16 to drive, 21 to drink, but 8 years and plus to play with demons on a Ouija board. Like, that's literally what it says on a Ouija board, like, 8 plus.
Yeah.
You could be 8 years old and, like, unearth demons of the underworld through a Ouija board. It should say, like, with possible possession.
Oh.
Because that's literally, it's crazy. Damn, you were like, Mama, did you play Candyland in the Jurassic era? Well, didn't you have a pet dinosaur?
No.
You didn't. You couldn't get it.
No, but I used to watch the Flintstones.
We're the Flintstones. We're the Flintstones.
That was 100 years ago.
Malls is wearing a Ouija board right now. You could be possessed.
You're wearing it? What is a shirt?
No, she has the board hooked onto her.
Oh.
No, she's wearing a shirt.
Oh, you have a shirt that is a Ouija board? Wow, that's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen those.
Would
Did they
you
have those at Hot Topic?
I don't know. Would you play a Ouija board if someone... Okay, if Ghost Adventures called up and said, hey, we want to have you play a Ouija board on film. We're going to give you $10,000.
You know what?
Would you do it?
I don't think I'd have to do a Ouija board. I could just ask them, and they could...
Would you do it?
And I don't want to take that chance. I don't want to answer. No, I don't even want to go looking for ghosts.
You know how many Pepsis you could buy with 10 grand?
You know what?
You don't have a Pepsi out here.
I was tired. I had one. I didn't want another one.
You just seem like you're so annoyed with me. Are you annoyed?
No.
Are you annoyed? You do!
No, I'm not. I'm not annoyed. But I just don't...
Okay, Zach Bagans, if you do want to invite us on the show, Mama Cash will be talked into it. It'll be like Aaron will tie her up in a room, put her in there as bait. Me and you will be hanging out. And then she'll be in the room, but I'll be out there with Zach Bagans. And we'll just be, roll the clip. We'll like tune into you every once in a while, but like, you know.
Oh gosh.
We'll be like, if someone's there, bring Mama Cash up to the ceiling and slam her down to the ground!
Oh. That's not funny.
Michael said, imagine how many Irish dancing men Mama could buy.
That's funny. I always want to go to Ireland, but I know there's been a lot of stuff.
Holy shit! It seemed like something moved across the camera for a minute.
Oh,
unless I'm just hallucinating.
I guess we'll
at this
see
point.
it in the end story. But I've always wanted to go to Ireland.
The end story.
But I know, like when we watch it, you know, I always have wanted to go to Ireland. But I know a lot of sorrow has happened in Ireland.
A lot of sorrow has happened in our lives. We're still living it.
No, I'm talking about on the land.
Michael said, I love Mama Cash.
Oh, thank you, Michael. Are you scared camping? Have you looked out into the woods?
Like Friday the 13th? What is the name on that statue? The gray one. I always forgot. What?
What gray one?
I don't know. This one says, death awaits all who enter here. I don't know what statue you're talking about, but... Michael said, no, I'm in the heater with my queen bed. You need to go outside into the forest.
No, that's a good spot
board.
To be when you're camping.
Oh, the gargoyle. It doesn't say anything. It's just a gargoyle. Mm-hmm. It's a goyle.
Okay, I'm gonna run in here. You keep.
Remember Remember last week when we watched the podcast back and you're like, I'm just gonna run in here real quick.
Yeah. This is like the old lady.
So we're not gonna play it right now. Hey, take your mic off.
Oh.
Do you want them to hear you peeing? Because we could charge a lot on that for OnlyFans. So if you're gonna make peeing content, we gotta save it for OnlyFans.
Ridiculous.
Presley will entertain us. I don't know if I will. You're nuts. No, Michael, you know what you should watch tonight? You should watch Friday the 13th. You should watch either Friday the 13th or American Horror Story 1984. That's about a campground in the 80s. And it's really good. And you could be really scared. You should spook yourself out a bit. You know, I think that would be fun. That would be a fun journey for you. I think you should do it. Or go swimming while you're watching Jaws. I've always wanted to do that. Michael said I'm already watching you and it's already pretty scary. Aw, Ash has had a rough medical week. Thanks for doing this. Thank you for coming and hanging out and being so nice to me. And Hayden said, OMG, it's been a hot minute. HOTTOGO, snapping, clapping, touch your toes, raise your hand now, body roll. Honestly, thank you to all these people that have been actually watching the podcast. Like, Mama Cash and I have been talking about doing this for at least 2 years. And we're actually doing it, and people are actually responding to it and liking it. Unless you guys are all lying. That would be... No. We have 22.2 thousand likes on this right now. But it's really, really cool. And I feel like Is that Shannon? Shannon joined? Lauren said, I don't like it. You're lying.
Don't like what?
The podcast.
Oh, no.
She was lying. She was lying. She was joking around. Lauren.
Oh,
Lauren. Okay.
You'll like it the further we get into it.
Yeah, we'll brainwash you into it. Okay, ready?
Oh.
Then I did. As always, the only day I woke up before my parents was Christmas morning, like every other kid in America. One morning, I was lying in bed and heard a bunch of commotion. I got out of bed, rubbing the sleep out of my eyes, and I went down the snake-like hallway, slithering and sliding with my slipper socks, keeping my feet gripped onto the slippery floor, to find my mom at war with a room full of flies. There were flies everywhere. I had never seen so many flies in my life. She had a fly swatter in her hand, and she was having a total nervous breakdown, waving it around like she was at some sort of church service where they have you hooping and hollering and speaking in tongues. Where did these flies come from? There weren't any doors or windows open, but lo and behold, they were everywhere. Did you hear that?
And I mean everywhere.
We just heard a crack in the house. And crack is whack. Did you hear that, though?
I did.
What do you think that was?
I don't know.
Ooh.
On the counter, the stone wall, the chairs, the ceiling, you name it. Encapsulating the ceiling, almost giving the ugly popcorn ceiling a new chic color, black. My mom was yelling at me to take cover and go to another room. I got on my hands and knees, thinking they couldn't reach me down there, and started crawling, sprinting to the living room. We found out that day that flies bite. My mom and I found ourselves going into town again, this time to try to find something to fight flies. The whole way up there, my mom was freaking out. "We gotta fight these flies," she kept saying. My little self was going, how do you fight flies? We're gonna fight flies? I don't know what was going on, but it was serious. We got these weird things that were in a little roll, like fruit roll-ups or something. At least that's what my little self compared them to. You hang them on the ceiling and the flies would be attracted to them. If they were like fruit roll-ups, of course they would be attracted to them. I thought fruit roll-ups were great. My mom probably bought about 20 of them. Once we were home, my mom frantically began hanging these fly strip ribbon things up. It looked like some sort of weird Christmas decorations hanging from the kitchen ceiling. The flies were still relentless. As we went into the other room to take cover and wait for my dad to come home from work, boy, was he ever gonna be surprised. My dad came home to 20-something fly trap ribbons hung from the ceiling with hundreds and hundreds of fly corpses stuck onto each one. It was a weird Christmas in July decor look that had black polka dots adding to the ambiance. "What is going on?" he said, trying to duck his head from hitting the traps. I remember my mom explaining what happened as I watched and listened from the living room floor. My parents just could not wrap their heads around how all these flies got in the house and why they were congregating in the kitchen. Days went by, and Michael says, "I had one of the fly stick ribbons. They really work." You're not mic'd? I know, I took it off when I took it out.
Mom, you gotta put the puffy thing on.
Okay.
Mom.
Why it doesn't want to...
Mom, let me see.
I'm just a celebrity. I don't do this.
Can you hook it?
Stuff.
Hook it up?
Yeah.
That's a comment. Mama, be professional.
Yes.
Okay. We're almost done. 1 minute and 21 seconds. Population of flies inside slowly died down, and one day they just disappeared as quickly as they appeared. I guess this can be a sign that a place is haunted. We just didn't know it yet. I remember my mom told my sister about the flies, and she kept teasing her, saying, "That's what happened in the Amityville Horror." She's a big movie buff, but my mom just shrugged it off. When Blockbuster was still around, it was like my sister's watering hole. She has her degree in horror, in more ways than one. Our minds weren't quite in the space that they are now. Now every creak in a house or bump in the middle of the night has no logic. You know how they say to start with the rational? Well, we don't do that. We can't do that. Our brains aren't wired that way anymore. I've never known life without the paranormal. It's in my blood. It's in my veins. Hell, half the word haunted is in the name on my driver's license. Sometimes I wonder why we were the chosen ones. But if you think too hard about it, you'll find yourself secluded and losing it. What I do know for sure is you're never sure whether to look at it as a blessing, curse, cautionary tale, or all three. But with our newfound knowledge and fix-it skills, we now knew the capabilities and damages of the creature known as the fly. Yay! Snap! 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 Yeah. So that was the chapter of the fly. We done?
There you go.
No, I'm just joking. That was the chapter of the fly. And that really happened.
And it's just, even for me, hard to believe that there were hundreds and hundreds of flies. But you were always there beside me. I walked into the kitchen, dining room area. There were just hundreds and hundreds of these flies. And it was like, how did they get in there? There were
like Amityville Horror. If
there were no windows.
Has seen that movie and knows that story.
But wasn't one of those windows open in Amityville?
What? No?
I thought.
No.
Well, anyway, there was.
Let's look it up. Keep going.
There was no way that those flies could have gotten in there. And they were everywhere. It was really creepy.
Mm. The infamous Amityville house in Amityville, New York. A rainy night. 'Cause I love a rainy night. Da-da-dee-dee-dee. Eddie Rabbit? Is that his name?
Yep.
'Cause I love... Did you meet him?
Oh, no.
Wow. A priest called Father Manfred Norman Lloyd enters the house. Flies are on the window of a room. Well, you kind of got that right. Some priests enter the house carrying crosses in their hands and blessing it with holy water. Well, that's weird because they act like it was just on the window. If anybody doesn't know about Amityville, the Amityville haunting...
That it was just on one window?
I think that's wrong.
Then we got Amityville beat.
It says, what happened while filming Amityville Horror, the movie, based off the house? Perhaps the most disturbing element to come out of the film was an actual death while shooting a scene at the Holmes boathouse. A dead body washed up near the set.
Ooh.
That's so crazy. Yes, the house, made infamous by the Amityville Horror, still stands, though its address has been changed to 108 Ocean Avenue, originally 112 Ocean Avenue, to deter tourists.
Okay, but you just gave the address.
It's not it's now a private residence. We actually own the house.
No, we don't.
So if anybody doesn't know, the Amityville Haunting is a modern folk story based on the true crimes of Ronald DeFeo Jr. On November 13th, 1974, DeFeo shot and killed 6 members of his family at 112 Ocean Avenue, Amityville, on the south shore of Long Island. He was convicted of a second-degree murder in November of 1975, which is the same year that Jaws came out. And the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he claims, Ronald DeFeo claims that that place was haunted and that the spirits or whatever was in there influenced him to do what he did. And then, which is nuts. And then the people that moved in after that.
That's not nuts.
No, I'm just saying it's crazy. Like, it's a crazy situation. Then the people that moved in after that were there for like 1 month.
Yeah.
And then fled the house. And after that, that was where I think they wrote a book. And that was where the movies spurred from. And
from the book,
all the publicity.
Amityville?
Yeah.
I remember, in
Maul said, salt and sage, salt and sage.
Yeah, exactly. No, I remember reading the Amityville horror book, like, in the late 80s.
You read it?
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
You know, I'm a reader. I haven't been reading recently.
You didn't read my book.
What?
You didn't read my book.
Oh, be quiet. Anyway, and it said that they moved to California, And it said also that spirits couldn't cross rivers.
I thought it was bodies of water.
Well, bodies of water meaning rivers.
Yeah, so this is... So
they couldn't follow them, is what they believed.
Is that what they believed?
Mm-hmm.
So the DeFeo family murders happened. Then it's the Lutz's family. A year later, in December of 1975, the Lutz family moved into the house, and they claimed to have experienced a series of paranormal events, including a swarm of flies, cold spots, strange odors, we've had all that, and objects moving on their own. George and Kathy Lutz sold the rights to their story to Jay Anson, who wrote the Amityville Horror, which was marketed as a true story. The book and the 1979 movie, based on it, significantly embellished the events, adding fictional elements and exaggerating the paranormal experiences.
Oh, they added fictional elements?
I don't know.
Okay.
The fictional, that means
made
true.
Up. No, fictional means they made that part up. Fictional. Non-fiction is truth. Fictional is made up.
It made me look really stupid.
So, well,
it says, the swarm of flies. The book and the movie depict a massive swarm of flies plaguing the house despite the winter weather, which is a key element of the fictionalized haunting. What, did they make it up?
They made that up? I don't believe anything about that then.
I don't know. This is an AI overview.
Oh.
It says the book and movie...
Don't read it if it's AI. Don't read it. I know that...
I don't know. I think that happened.
I don't know if it happened or not. Now that they're saying it was made
goodness.
up.
I don't believe it. I think that happened. I believe it happened.
Okay, who believes? Who doesn't believe? Let's take a poll.
Well, you know what? A lot of crazy shit on AI comes up about me. First off, they call me a he. For AI. They act like I've been in, like, things that I haven't been in. It's nuts.
AI says that?
Yeah.
Huh. No, the weirdest, she's done all kinds of weird things in LA, and we went to try to get on, what was that? The Price of Right?
The Price is... No, Let's Make a Deal.
Let's Make a Deal. And they asked her, they go, okay, so now, this was years ago, before all this, you're going to be politically correct or whatever. They asked her, are you male or female? And she was in the Presley Cash, big hair and all that.
I was like, what?
She was like, what?
That was not woke.
So.
I should have said, what's it to you?
It doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter?
Just because I have on platform shoes and
yeah, that's crazy.
big hair?
That's crazy if the flies weren't real.
Yeah, that's stupid.
It says the claim of a swarm of flies despite the winter weather is a key element. Well, the paranormal could have manifested flies in the winter.
Well,
that's their basis.
Exactly, because that's what they did with the what do you call those? Ladybugs.
Yeah. Keep listening to the podcast to know about the ladybugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
yeah, so if you guys keep coming every week, we'll have like back, side stories and stuff you don't get when you just read a book.
Yeah, Samuel says half the time the AI overviews are so wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so that was The Fly, and that really happened, and I don't give a shit if it happened in Amityville or not. It happened at our house.
Yeah,
and it was real, and it was paranormal because...
Yeah, well, we didn't realize it was paranormal.
Well, no, but
I
feel
was
like...
fighting flies going,
yeah.
How the heck did they get in here?
In the beginning of the book, it's kind of like we're setting up all these weird occurrences, and we're like slowly realizing...
Well, only because of your sister.
Yeah, my sister's a big horror movie buff and into the paranormal and stuff like that, and she kind of... my ice maker's going off. Well, like you said, we're real people who do real things.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so slowly but surely during this journey of this book, we figure out that our house is haunted. And we were like joking around when I was writing the book, and we were like, every like paranormal thing that happens, you could go, oh well, that's weird. That's weird. You know?
Well, yeah, at first that's what you do.
Yeah, you're like, that's weird. Like, you know, half my room in one of my houses, like, the power went out. And nobody, like, electricians came out, like, people were like, we don't know what's going on. And then one day, like, all my lights just came back on that side of the room.
Yeah.
After, like, an hour. Or, I mean, a month.
An hour? It was more like a month, yeah.
It was a month. So it's, like, weird shit that's, like, unexplained. Is, like, unexplained.
Yeah. Like, there's stuff that's gone on here, and we don't want to immediately go to that. But today we got up, and half the kitchen, the electricity was off.
That was yesterday.
Was that yesterday?
Yeah. The days are just running together.
Oh, gosh. Anyway.
Yeah, and then, like, it wouldn't work, and it kept tripping.
And then all of a sudden,
I pressed the button again, and it started to work. So, some things, like, and then, do you want to just tell the story really quick about, in this new place, what happened before the fridge went out?
Oh, I guess I can tell you this. Alright.
What?
So, we had our beds set up in the living room because we're, like, slowly getting stuff out of storage, and, you know, it's just a nightmare. But anyway.
Welcome to my nightmare.
So,
whoa, whoa.
Okay. I woke up. There's a light coming. It might have been the moon. I don't know. A light coming in from the sliding glass door, because there's no curtain on the sliding glass door yet. But anyway,
why don't you tell everybody that so they can look through our windows?
Okay, but we're way out of the
people's windows.
Okay, you know, whatever. So I look in the kitchen, and I saw a black, like, female-looking figure. All you could see was the, you know, like, he had a long dress on or something like that. And I saw it walk from one side of the...
I say they can only see half of you.
Oh, sorry. I saw, Anyway, so I saw this figure walk from one side of the kitchen over by the refrigerator to the other side of the kitchen. Okay, then boom, gone. All right, then another time I woke up, and I try to block a lot of the stuff out, but it was standing over by my bed, and it was just like standing there, and I just thought, oh, I wonder what that person's doing.
Wonder what they're doing
Wonder
over
what
there.
they're doing.
They're just hanging out.
Well, anyway, then the next day we get up, our refrigerator is out.
Oh, shit. Just look at that durability.
Yeah.
QueenBeanCrownCompany.com.
The refrigerator is out. And then soon after that, the hot water heater had a whole bunch of problems. And that's at the end of the kitchen in the laundry room area. And it was like, was this spirit warning me that something was going to happen? I don't know.
Were they warning you, or did they make the refrigerator blow out?
Why would they make I don't know. They could have. That would have been weird. Why would they have made it blow out?
Well, I don't know. There was mold and stuff on the back of the fridge that ended up being cleaned out. So it was like, this is one of those instances where it's like, was the spirit trying to help us?
Yeah.
In a way?
Because I was coughing all the time, and then they came and they had to take all the mold off the back of the refrigerator and replace... Now I'm going to cough.
I know. Are we summoning it?
No, and replace something to do with the refrigerator and the freezer. But there's like things that have gone on in here, but...
I literally have to fall asleep with the TV on. Sleeping with the television on, her eyes are saying, talk to me. I did not die. No, I literally go to sleep with the TV on.
Ugh.
Just the Osbournes radiating in the background.
Does it just keep going? No, does it just keep going all night?
Yeah. And then if I wake up in the middle of the night and it's turned off, I turn it back on. I can't have a moment of silence in my day-to-day life. Even when I go to the bathroom. Did I say the bathroom?
The bathroom. No silence in the bathroom.
No silence in the bathroom. Even when I go to the bathroom. Cassie said I keep Charmed on all night. That's so cute. I love Charmed. I haven't watched it in a long time, but I was on season 1. But Lauren said I have to sleep in silence and no lights on.
Me too.
That's spooky.
That's what I like.
That's what I
no
like.
Noise.
Hi, Max.
No lights, but
no, even when I go to the bathroom, I have music playing. I feel like I can never be in silence. 'Cause that's where the spirits lay. In the silence. You can hear it in the silence. Silence.
I don't know.
Say, woo!
Woo. Where's the...
Okay.
Oh,
Michael says I have to sleep with the nightlight because I see ghosts in my room sometimes.
Well.
Mal said I sleep with the TV on.
Wow. Anybody sleep with the fan on? I think that's why a lot of people sleep with the fan on.
Well,
because of the noise.
This has been fun.
Yeah, it has been.
Mama, you are in love, Mama Cash's version, exactly. So we're gonna be doing another episode next Saturday.
Yep.
God willing.
Yeah.
We're gonna just keep on keeping on with this podcast. It's on Spotify right now and YouTube as a video podcast. I haven't ventured out into the other streaming services as of yet, but that is coming. And yeah, we'll have some more stuff to talk about next week.
Yeah, no, but having that iPad there like that and the phone over there, that's what you're filming on. I'll look over here for a while and then I'll look over there because we're bigger and I can see. And so hopefully it looks
that's okay. That's
hopefully
fine.
It's okay.
Let us go, Mama Cash is being crazy.
Yeah, you guys have a great week. No, we love you.
We love you so much.
Yeah.
Was this okay? Was this a good one?
I think so.
We'll see.
Interesting.
Almost 2 hours.
Oh, wow. Okay. What?
We didn't do the intro in the beginning where I go, I'm Presley Cash, and this is Mama Cash, and we are Ozark Runners.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it for the outro, and then we'll say see you on the other side.
Okay.
So what?
We're running this way now.
I'm still a rock star. Yeah. Okay, ready? I'm Presley Cash, and this is...
Mama Cash.
And we are... Ozark Runners. 1, 2, 3. See you! Let's do it. I'll do 3 and then we go, see you. 1, 2, 3. See you on the other side! Mic drop.